Happy Monday, everybody. Hello, welcome to ItsKim Live. Please let me know if you can hear me okay, if everything's working good. Just want to make sure we are good to go. Thank you guys so much for being here. Welcome to ItsKim Live. I am ItsKim, and this is the show where I talk about pop culture topics that I care about, and we go below the headlines and into context because context matters. So if this is your first time here, this is a live show, and here's how it normally works. First, we start with the main topic. That's the thing that's in the headline, like in the title, the video, the thumbnail you clicked, all that good stuff. So that comes first. Then we have a halftime section where I communicate with my beautiful, wonderful community of space angels who are all coming in right now. Love you guys so much. Thank you all as you come in. I see the support already coming in. I will talk to you guys in a minute about that. Thank you so, so much. And then we go into a section called What the What, where we look at something crazy, interesting from around the internet that's funny, and we just have a good time together. I haven't seen it. It is made courtesy of my incredible, wonderful co-pilot, producer sister, who has put it all together, so we will react to it together. And if you are watching on the replay, hi, there will be timestamps and chapters available, and you're welcome to jump around. So I'm getting distracted because I'm seeing stuff coming through and the chat is going nuts. So thank you guys so much. But yes, if you are watching on the replay, there will be timestamps, there will be chapters, so you can jump around and watch this wherever you want to start. If there's a specific section you're here for, or you can just watch it in full as it's originally presented, all that good stuff. I do want to say right off the bat, thank you so much to Heather and General Scott, who have both sent me PayPal support already today. Very appreciated, very, very much felt. And I am going to let you guys know, producer sister, do you have your mic on with us today?
Yes.
Okay. We have an announcement at halftime today.
Yes, we do.
I don't want to get into it right now because I likely will cry. So I need to focus on the topics at hand. I want to give you guys the show that you deserve and the main topics that I'm sure why you're here. So we are going to get into that, and all of the support that I am seeing you guys give, I am going to address it in halftime. You guys will understand why when I get there, and I hope that that is all right. But much love to all of you, and please make sure you've hit that like button, that subscribe button, all that good stuff. And let's get on to today's topics because, oh my gosh, guys, when I tell you that I've probably spent about 10 hours working on all of the content for this show today, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. This has been absolutely wild, which is part of why I want to get started and I want to get into it. So the big topic today we're going to be talking about is someone we really haven't talked about much on this show before. But as someone, raised in the Greater Toronto area, I felt like it was important that I address this because BBL Drizzy is in some trouble right now, guys, and we got to talk about it because it is important. And if you don't know about this, I want to stress that it is important for you to know about this, because this is going to take us in a direction I doubt any of you guys are prepared for. I'm just going to be 100% real. I was not ready. You are not ready, I promise. Okay, and then we also have a couple of other updates. We have a Britney update. We have a Diddy update. So let's get into it. We're going to do the Britney and the Diddy update first. So here we go. This stream will include speculation and opinion and should not be taken as fact. Always do your own research. And as always, I have a source document in the description that shows today's date as well as the links that I have taken information from. So if you're interested in where I found my information, it's there. It is all there for you. You are welcome to go take a look for it yourself. And hi, YouTube human reviewer. Hello. We have done everything in our power to ensure that this video is appropriate according to your community guidelines. Explicit language is going to be censored. We'll be using wording that is appropriate for the platform. We care about this platform. We'd like to stay on it. All that good stuff. And viewers, please do not send hate to anyone, famous or not. It's not cute. We are entitled to our opinions, but don't do anything that would cause harm to people, especially in their real lives. I don't support hate in any way, shape, or form. And I have to say, because we're going to be talking briefly about Sean Combs is innocent until proven guilty of all crimes and allegations and maintains his innocence to some of the crimes alleged. And I say that because he said he denied everything, and then he confirmed that the Cassie video was real. So I don't even know what to say in this disclaimer anymore, but basically he's innocent till proven guilty, and he hasn't been proven guilty yet, and he maintains his innocence. All right, there we go. Just, all the legal stuff, right? First story we've got today, that is a Britney story. So one thing I actually didn't get to talk about because I was doing stuff on Popcorn and things were crazy, was that Britney's book has officially been sold for doing a movie. So there is a Britney biopic coming officially. Apparently, it was a big deal. She got a lot of money, and I'm super happy for her. I think that it's great. And so there has been a lot of reporting over the past couple weeks about, who's going to get cast, how that's all going to work, all that good stuff. And there was this article that caught my eye from TMZ. So we're going to go through it. And no little Kim rant is incoming, just to let you guys know. So, Britney Spears has yet to name a leading lady for her biopic, because that would totally come to pass in less than 2 weeks. That's how quickly this casting works, but okay. But those close to the pop star are already making suggestions. Now, Felicia, Britney's longtime former assistant and confidant, tells TMZ she is so happy to hear the singer's best-selling memoir, The Woman in Me, is being made into a movie. As she is a significant character in the tell-all, she's already has a couple casting ideas for Britney and herself. And for starters, she thinks that Emma Roberts would be a stellar choice for Britney. Emma is best known for her work in American Horror Story franchise, but was once a singing child star on Nickelodeon's Unfabulous, which parallels Britney's own roots on the Mickey Mouse Club. Fair. And Felicia has also zeroed in on who she wants to play her. She said Drew Barrymore would be a good fit. She would nail it. I don't disagree with either of these suggestions. I think they could work. But my issue with this article is not here. It's with this next part. So here we go. So as TMZ writes, now the bad news. Are you ready, guys, for the bad news? We're told Britney has creative control over the script and casting. She's a track record of becoming displeased with various people in her life and cutting them off. Like Jamie Lynn, Kevin, Sam, etc. So don't count your chickens that this movie will be completed, because there's a long road ahead. So, first of all, I think that it's absolutely ridiculous that TMZ is framing this, that it's a bad thing, that Britney has control over a biopic about her based on a book that she wrote about her own life. Oh, the horror. And I hate to say it, but as I look through this list of people in her life that she has cut off, okay, let's start at the beginning. Jamie Spears, the man who, in my opinion, put her in an unconstitutional conservatorship and subjected her to years of cruelty. Next, Jamie Lynn, her sister, who has taken every opportunity to profit off of her sister's name, including a tell-all book. Next, Lynn, her mother, who's basically done the same thing as her sister, but also it has been alleged by both daughters that she was physically abusive? Okay, so we'll keep going with that one. Then Kevin, who is her ex-husband, whom she felt abandoned by, and then he went on to expose her children to a tell-all interview, leaking personal videos of her in an attempt to shame her as a mother, and we're not even going to get into the financial aspect of Kevin Federline, Mr. Popozow. We'll just keep going on that one. And then Sam, the guy who claimed he had no problem signing a prenup, but then at the time of filing for divorce, wanted spousal support. So is it really unreasonable for her to be like, yeah, I don't want to talk to any of y'all? The gaslighting for me is just insane. Why should she trust any of them at this point? I mean, I just want to be completely honest, because I do see the other Britney news, and I've been trying not to go as much into the Britney news. I used to do a lot of Britney news here, like constantly, but I kind of have been feeling like the press has been very invasive in her life as of late, and I don't really want to, fuel that fire by any means. But I will say that I absolutely do have some concerns about what's going on in her life right now. I don't like her boyfriend. She doesn't need my approval, but I don't like him. I'm nervous about him. I'm nervous about what happened with the Halsey video. We talked about that the other day. But the thing is, she doesn't have to get approval from anyone to live her own life. Because I'm sure there's probably things in my life that if she looked at my life, she would be concerned about. Okay? I'm just saying, like, we all have things in our lives, and I don't feel like we're the people to pass judgment on her on that front. It's a free country. But to judge her for not going back and keeping these people in her life that have hurt her the way they have, I just think that it's absolutely insane. And I also just want to say, and this goes for Felicia too, okay? Because I don't believe that Felicia is a bad person by any means. I honestly think that Felicia is a really good person from what I've heard about her over the years. Um, to everybody that cares about Britney, can we please stop talking to TMZ and other tabloids? Unless she's given explicit consent. Because the problem is, even if you say something nice, like I don't think Felicia said anything bad here. TMZ is just going to take it and twist it. That's my opinion. And I'm getting really, really sick of it because it's just really ridiculous, just the gaslighting that's going on in the sense of being like, well, Britney's cut off all these people. It's like, yeah, well, why has she? She has every right to be paranoid. Her trust has been violated over and over and over. And I've seen so many people sell her out over the years. It's disgusting. So, yes, Felicia and everybody else, please stop talking to TMZ. Please. Please put a 1 in the chat if you know what I mean. Enough is enough. This woman deserves some privacy. And I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it because I can't even click on an article that has somewhat good news without it becoming a Britney trash fest. It's gross. Producer sister. Do you see what I mean about that?
Oh yeah.
Like,
and the thing is, like, of all the tabloids, like, TMZ's probably been the worst to her.
Yeah.
So,
and like, I remember TMZ reporting about like the book, and there was a lot of doubt about whether or not the book would happen, but like,
it happened.
It's here. We've got it. It exists. It happened. It was a #1 bestseller. It's gonna be a movie now. Anyway, there's the Britney update for you. And there's my little mini Britney rant of the day already. Here we go. Yeah, Carbonized, I just saw your chat. Well said. Bye, Felicia. And that's the thing. I don't want to be mean to Felicia because honestly, Felicia, out of everybody in Britney camp, has been... I think I would love to have a conversation with her. I really would, because I don't believe that she has wanted bad for Britney at all. Like, I really don't. But it's just, the problem is you can't... People suck. People suck. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, so I'm with Britney in this thing of just like, come on, TMZ, get over it. Let's move on. Now, we're going to move into our little mini Diddy update. So, Young Miami, who is Diddy's ex, has spoken out about the allegations against him, which has caused some controversy. And I'm going to read why. So, Young Miami has broken her silence about the allegations against her ex, Sean Diddy Combs. The rapper, whose real name is Caresha Brownlee, touched on the legal woes surrounding the disgraced music mogul, who's 54, on the Thursday, August 8th episode of Her Revolt podcast, Caresha Please. Over the past year, Diddy has faced civil lawsuits from multiple women, including from his ex, Cassie, whom he dated on and off from 2007 to 2018, and Diddy has vehemently denied all claims against him, except for the video. We can't forget about the video. So, Young Money says, I can't speak on something that wasn't my experience. I can't speak on something I don't know. Young Miami told her friend Saucy Santana on the podcast. I can't speak on these allegations because I wasn't around at the time. I don't know that person, and that wasn't my experience. People feel like I was Diddy's biggest cheerleader, and I made him my brand. And I feel like Diddy was on brand for me, she said. I met him when he was in another era. I met Diddy when the world was celebrating him and giving him flowers when he was alive. I think that's very interesting the way she read that, or the way that she said that, like when he was alive. Which, I'll talk more about that in a minute, but clarifying that she and Diddy are no longer together, which she previously confirmed in an April 2023 interview with The Cut, Young Miami shared the toll the situation has taken on her mental health. When all these things came out, I just needed to take a break and focus on what was important, which is me, my career, and my family, she said. I needed to let him navigate and figure that out on his own because I can't be caught up in that. Now, I think in a lot of ways that's fair. And I have seen this kind of thing and heard this kind of thing before in other cases. And I mean, I know, like, one that comes to my mind immediately was when a lot of the allegations were coming out against Marilyn Manson. I believe his ex-wife, Dita Von Teese, made a statement saying that she wasn't trying to discredit anybody else, but she didn't really have anything to add to the conversation. And it is entirely possible. But I don't really read her statements as defending Diddy, and I know some people seem to feel that way. And to be honest, I think if she was my friend, I probably would be saying something to the same, effect that it's like, if you didn't experience that, you can't speak to it. You probably shouldn't. You just need to focus on you. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. And when she says stuff like she did in this statement of like, the world was celebrating him and giving him flowers when he was alive, it almost sounds like he's dead to her, you know? Um, so I know there's some people that think that she may be trying to get positive press for him. I don't know how I feel about that, and I hope that that's not the case. I don't think it's a massive update, but I thought it was worth mentioning, especially since it's possible that as these cases may end up in court, or as the investigation from Homeland Security into Diddy continues, maybe we'll hear from her again. I don't know. Maybe her claims will be proven untrue. I don't know. Maybe she is telling the truth. But just figured she's entered the chat, wanted to acknowledge her existence. No hate, none of that. But there we are with one of Diddy's exes who has come forward. Yeah. So those are the two little stories. Now, I need 1 second to reset my PowerPoint here and go back up. And we are going to go into the insanity that is the coverage on Drake. Put a 1 in the chat if you have followed anything to do with Drake, Mr. Aubrey Graham, over the past couple of months. Let me know. Let me know how this audience, how you guys are thinking, what you guys know, because I'm interested, and we are going to go into all of it. And let me tell you, if you don't know anything about this, grab a drink, grab a snack. It's going to be a ride. It is going to be a ride. I'm just looking at the chat. Yeah, we got a 1, we got a 2, we're getting some mixed here. This is going to be fun. I'm getting my water because, my goodness, my throat. All right. So just to be clear, and I know we just did the disclaimers, but I hope you guys will understand by the end of this why I'm doing this. This is going to include speculation and opinion and should not be taken as fact. YouTube, I'm doing my best with the community guidelines. Do not send hate to anybody, famous or not. And trigger warning, the subject matter to follow may be concerning to some or disturbing, and it will include alleged potential crimes against children. Okay? All right. Let's go. I'm seeing a lot of nopes and tooths, so here we go. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun here. Let's go. So, today we're going to talk about Drake, who is a rapper from Toronto. And this is a story that I have yet to talk about on this show, but behind the scenes of the show, I have been following this for months. And in order to do it justice and to paint a full picture, we got to go back in time. We got to go back because context matters. This is part of why I know you guys come to this show, because you want to know the whole picture, and I'm going to do my best to give it to you. So, we have to talk about another rapper at the same time by the name of Kendrick Lamar. I'm going to give you a summary to get you up to speed before we get into the newest developments and the stuff that is really, truly disturbing. But I want to disclose that this situation is very layered. I can't go over everything. And so for those of you that are familiar with the drama, there are going to be parts of it I'm not going to talk about today. For example, I'm not going to have time to talk about J. Cole before anybody yells at me. Yes, I know, but it's not super relevant to what we're going to be talking about further into this conversation. So I'm doing my best. And when it comes to some terms, I'm going to have to be vague. Because YouTube human reviewer, I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay. So let's go. Let's go. So rappers Drake and Kendrick Lamar have had problems for a while now. And it appears that Kendrick Lamar has zero respect for Drake for multiple reasons. A lot of it has to do, I think, with the way that Kendrick feels Drake has treated the Black community, as well as many other issues. And Kendrick has made it very clear that he wants nothing to do with Drake and wants people to know what a garbage human being he believes Drake is. So if you aren't familiar with Kendrick Lamar, he is a rapper. He is a force in hip hop, and he is highly respected because his craft is impeccable. This man, his writing, like I like to say, his pen cuts with a knife. You do not want to end up in an argument with this man. You do not want to get into a beef with this man. It's like Eminem level. The last time Eminem was in a rap beef, the person he was beefing against, MGK, had to change genres, okay? We don't mess with Kendrick. You don't go there. And if it's a mess. It's a mess. And if Kendrick is mad at someone, there's probably a really good reason why. So, earlier this year on April 19th, Drake releases a diss track at Kendrick and others in the hip hop industry called Push Ups, followed by another song called Tailor Made Freestyle, which really, really ticked off a lot of people because Drake decided to use AI vocals of both Snoop Dogg and Tupac, the late Tupac, the one that, the trial is happening for in November. This really ticked off Tupac's family because they actually sent a cease and desist, the estate, to Drake, and he had to take it down. So he basically put out these two diss tracks. One of them, now may it rest in peace, and the other one is still up, Push Ups. And this set off a back and forth of diss tracks that had the hip hop community watching in disbelief. Drake had insulted many people in hip hop through this and made himself look like an absolute idiot, disrespecting Tupac, in my opinion. Which, as we've been going over Tupac and Diddy and all that stuff, there's a lot of people right now that really want justice for Tupac and for his legacy to be respected. I hope we can kind of understand why this would be a problem, right? Not cool. Not cool. So, then, on April 30th, Kendrick finally responds to Push Ups with his song Euphoria. Now, this song is a warning to Drake to stop. And more artists in hip hop were starting to turn their backs on Drake for various reasons. The Tupac controversy didn't help, and clearly Kendrick was getting sick of Drake running his mouth. So he rapped in the song, "Know you're a master manipulator and habitual liar too. But don't tell no lie about me, and I won't tell truths about you. This ain't been about critics, not about gimmicks, not about who the greatest. It's always been about love and hate. Now let me say, I am the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way that you sneak diss. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct." So basically what Kendrick is saying here is that he knows that Drake is a liar, and if he continues to run his mouth, Drake's skeletons are gonna come out of the closet. And he's further stating that it's not about who's the best in the game or who has the most clout or anything like that. This is because Kendrick hates Drake. And Kendrick is warning Drake that he's not going to do a sneaky little diss about it. It's going to be direct. He's going to say it with his chest, and there's going to be no question about who he's talking to. I want to say right now, the man warned him. The man warned him. So, because we have 3 diss tracks here, we're going to start a little diss track timeline. I hope that this is helpful. Let me know if you like the diss track timeline, because I had fun putting this together. So we've got Push Ups here, and then we have the Tailor Made Freestyle that got taken down. That's why the tombstone is over Drake's face, because it's no longer here. And then Euphoria on April 30th. Okay? Is everybody still here? Is everybody still with me? Let me know in the chat if you're still with me. Oh, this whole thing. I know Brandon's here. I saw Brandon. I let me know if I miss anything super important. Oh, he just said he was quoting DMX saying that about Drake too. Fair enough. And that's what I mean. There's so much history in this. It's crazy. Like, there's no way I can get every reference in here. It's just not going to happen. But this is Cole's notes of it all. Okay, so on May 3rd, Kendrick then drops another diss track at Drake. So a couple days later, called 616 in LA. So we now have 2 from Kendrick. And Drake responds the same day by dropping a song called Family Matters, which, again, is a fairly standard diss track. But Drake is also insulting a lot of other people in the industry, and then took shots at Kendrick's partner. So let's be clear here. Just so we're clear. Kendrick told Drake to shut up, because he knew things and would start talking if he didn't shut up. And Drake responded by talking smack about his woman. How do you think this is going to go? Well, here is how it went. 30 minutes later, Kendrick drops another diss track called Meet the Grams. 30 minutes later, this happened in real time. Brandon, can you back me up about how insane this was? Like, the internet blew up. Everyone was losing their ever-loving mind. And for those of you that don't know, Drake's birth name is Aubrey Graham. So this song, Meet the Grahams, is actually addressing Drake's family. Specifically, his son, then his parents, then his unconfirmed daughter, and then Drake himself. I love Linda. Yikes. Yep. So here we go. So what exactly did Drake, what exactly did Kendrick have to say? Well, to Drake's parents, he said, I'm blaming you for his gambling addictions. Psychopath intuition, the man likes to play victim. You raised a horrible effing person. The nerve of you, Dennis, his father. Sandra, his mom, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy, now listen. Your son is a sick man with sick thoughts, and I think, I'm going to say men like him should die. He and Weinstein should get effed up in a cell for the rest of their life. Yeah. So there is a there is a comparison between Drake and Harvey right now. Are you guys getting an idea of where we're going here now? So then he said he, as in Drake, has offenders on OVO, which is, he's joking, it's OVO, which is Drake's label. So what he's saying is that Drake has employed offenders on a monthly allowance through his label. A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around them. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. F a rap battle, he should die so all these women can live with a purpose. Okay? So that was what he said to his parents. His parents. I love you guys in the chat that are just like, what is happening? And that's what I mean. This was all happening in real time. I've never seen social media the way I did that day. It was nuts. Okay. Then, to Drake specifically. You a body shamer. You gonna hide them baby mamas, ain't ya? You're embarrassed of them. That's not right. That ain't how mama raised us. And that is basically, there's a lot of people that believe that Drake has more children. And it's basically like, once the baby mamas have had the baby, Drake wants nothing to do with them. And he moves on to the next thing. Kendrick has a problem with that, so he's calling him out on that. So then Kendrick continues, take that mask off. I want to see what's under them achievements. Why believe you? You gave us nothing to believe in because you lied about your religious views. You lied about your surgery. You lied about your accent and your past tense. It's all perjury. Or all is perjury. You lied about your ghostwriters. You lied about your crew members. So the ghostwriters is he's basically saying Drake doesn't write his own raps. Kendrick can't relate, okay? You lied about your son. You lied about your daughter. You lied about them other kids hoping that you come. You lied about the only artist who could get you some help or could offer you some help. F a rap battle. This is a long life battle with yourself. So Drake's been accused of a lot here. And basically the biggest one here is that the man has been accused of hiring offenders and keeping his kid around them. All of a sudden, people are starting to figure out why Kendrick really doesn't like Drake. Because he's got some serious concerns and he has a problem. And this definitely does seem to be the thing that Kendrick was warning him about. Stop talking about my family. Stop talking about me. Don't lie about me and I won't tell no truths about you. And he did. So, at this point, nobody really cared about what Drake had put out, that song, because Meet the Grahams came out so quickly and cut so deep. And Drake had also been running from rumors of being inappropriate with underage people for a while. And this just kind of set the internet on fire, people going back and looking at old clips and stuff. It got really, really ugly. So we're all thinking, this has got to be over now. this has got to be over. There's no way that something else can happen. Except it did. So where we left off before here, if you guys can see my mouse here, we've got Meet the Grams on May 3rd, after he had dropped before on May 3rd, and then Drake kind of came in the middle here, and then on May 4th, Kendrick dropped again with the iconic Not Like Us. Make sure you guys are sitting down for this one if you don't know what's coming. Put a one in the chat if you're with me right now and you're feeling this drama, because this was crazy. This was crazy when it all happened. So the first thing I have to talk about is the cover art for Not Like Us. So this is a Google Earth / map shot of Drake's house in Toronto. Now, I want to be very clear. There were some people at the time that were saying that he was being doxxed. No. Producer sister.
Yeah.
Can you back me up on this?
Oh my gosh.
Everyone in Toronto knows where Drake lives, because when he moved in, there was a lot of construction and there were a lot of permits that had to be filed. And this is a very wealthy area, and people that didn't like that didn't he want like really tall fences and stuff?
He had to apply for special permits to break the rules in Toronto of how high the fences could be and all that. So it was literally on our, on Toronto morning television, news television. It was talked about at least once a week.
Oh yeah. Like we all knew.
Everybody knows where
Everybody knew where Drake lived. So he was not doxxed.
No, even if you don't live in Toronto, you could do a very quick, easy Google search and find out where he lives.
Yeah,
it is not a secret at all.
Before any of this.
This is like in 2017, 2018.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did look it up at one point.
Yeah, we did. And we did didn't you do like a Google, like a custom search before any of this to be able to confirm, like literally took you like 10 seconds to find his address? It was not.
Yeah. I just typed into Google Drake house permit, and there's an article from the National Post, which is one of our papers, from September 2019.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, because he wanted to build the fences twice as high as set out by the bylaws.
Yeah.
With a picture of the house.
Yes.
And the exact address.
Yes. So he was not doxxed. However, what is so brutal about this cover art is that this is apparently edited to look like what happens when you look up where offenders are, and it shows you where they are on the map. So what is being said here is all those little red circles, they're all in Drake's house. And that was just the cover art. Guys, in real time, I was screaming. I was screaming in my bedroom, losing my ever-loving mind. So, in this song, Kendrick went harder and said, "Say, Drake, I hear you like him young. You better not ever go to cell block 1. To any B, or I guess woman in this case, that talk to him and they in love, just make sure you hide your little sister from him." And then he said, "And Baca got a weird case. Why is he around?" Now, Baca, for those of you that don't know, is a former security guard who was signed with Drake's record label, OVO. And in 2014, Baca was arrested and charged with forcing a 22-year-old woman into adult work and then taking her money. So he's saying that Baca's got a weird case. Why is he around? Why did you hire him? Okay. Now, before I go to the next slide, I want to clarify. Drake put out an album a couple years ago called Certified Lover Boy, to which Kendrick responded, "Certified Lover Boy question? Certified PDFs. Just calling it out." And then said, "Why you trolling like a bee? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord." And it's probably A minor. Or A minor. Yeah. Okay. Kendrick went for the jugular. Now again. Kendrick warned him. He warned him and he said, if I catch a flight, it's going to be direct. You're going to know exactly who I am talking about. I am not holding back. Stop talking or I will talk. And he did. Now, this song exploded. And the references in this song are insane. Kendrick lost all remaining chill in his body. He then removed the copyright from the song on platforms like YouTube, so React channels were able to react to it, monetize it, make bank on it, and the song just got bigger and bigger and bigger. I had so many nights where all I did was literally just watch reaction videos of this song for hours, and it was so entertaining. But that whole method essentially allowed for this song to hit levels that nobody expected, to the point that the song actually became #1 on the Billboard Hot 100, arguably the most important music chart in the world. And then also topped the Billboard Global chart. This song became the biggest song in the entire world. I have never seen a rap battle like this, and I don't think anybody else ever had. And that's why I say this was the biggest battle, arguably in hip hop history. It was insane. It was brutal. And we could get into more drama about this, but we have to keep going. So basically, Drake did respond, but it didn't make much of a difference because Kendrick had just buried him and was crowned winner of this beef. And the drama continued for weeks after this. Other performances that furthered the humiliation and the embarrassment. But I think for why I need you guys to know this, we've covered it. So we'll keep going. There's lots of other content about this on YouTube if you want to check it out from many talented creators. This is a mess, and I think will be remembered in pop culture history for a long time. However, why we're talking about this now is because last week, internet sleuths found something on Drake. Drake has been accused of allegedly supporting a live streamer who has been accused of predatory behavior and exploiting children online. So you can read the headline here. I understand how crazy this sounds, but I would not be talking about this if I hadn't seen enough to believe it could potentially be true. So, here's what we have to explain now. This is Snow, a live streamer on Kick. Now, Kick is a live streaming platform that competes with Twitch, and they have much more relaxed rules compared to other streaming services. And Snow has been accused of manipulating women and potentially minors into exposing themselves online. So, here's how it works. And this is why I said you guys need to know, you need to understand what is happening here, because this is something that is going on. In situations like this, the streamer, allegedly, goes into video chat rooms and tells people that they are speaking with that they're not streaming, but they are. So the person they're talking to thinks that this is a private conversation, except there is an audience. And then the streamer pressures them to expose themselves. In essence, creating revenge P, and in some cases, it involves potentially minors. Now, this is difficult. This is a difficult line to go down because a lot of the apps that are being used here, you're supposed to be 18 to use them. But when you see the footage of these events, some of these people look awfully young. And we all know how many people have kids that will lie about their birth date, when they go through a verification process, or they'll take their parents' account or something like that, their older siblings' account, something like that. So recently, a deep dive into the world of kick predators was released. She is nowhere near the only one who is doing this, allegedly. And in this deep dive, Snow and others were exposed for their conduct online. And I debated on showing a clip of this here. However, I'm honestly nervous to do that, and I don't want to add to any of the distress that these victims may be feeling. So if you want to watch the video, the expose piece, and it's I tried to watch as much of as I could, but I really couldn't stomach the whole thing. I have the link in my doc if you want to see it. I have it bolded under today's date. I believe it's source number 6 at this time. It may move around if I have to add stuff, but it's there. But it's gross. And this deep dive took off. Last I looked at it, it had over, I think it was approaching 2 million views. It may be there by now, I'm not sure. But one of the clips they included showed Snow with guess who? Yes, that is Drake on stream with Snow. The streams where allegedly Snow deceives and coerces people. So, I'm just going to let that sit. So, this article here that I also have in the doc from, was it Hot New Hip Hop News, I believe? So, saying, unfortunately, dirt from the rapper's past has been dug up. Drake went on a kick stream with a woman who goes by the name Snow. The rapper has given Snow shoutouts in the past, urged fans to give her a follow. The streamer, however, has been accused of coercing and manipulating minors into performing adult acts. Now, there's also stuff that I have seen online that Drake has apparently purchased equipment for her. He's told his followers to support her. He may have rated her. He's been on the stream more than once based on what I've been able to see. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I can't go super deep into this type of stuff because it literally results in physical pain for me. And I have a life that I have to live. And I am hoping that as time goes on, we're going to get more information about this and there's going to be more reporting on it. And considering what Kendrick has alleged, people are asking a lot of questions, as they should. I don't know exactly what this is. And Drake, to be clear, has not been charged with anything. And he's not the one running the live stream. But I hope that you guys understand what I mean and why people are concerned when we think about what Kendrick has alleged, and alleged so strongly and so publicly. I'm wondering if we are about to see the downfall of Drake, because that is entirely possible. I don't want to assume the worst, but it does not look good. I'm hoping that in the weeks to come, we're going to see more credible reporting on this, and I will let you all know if anything more official comes out. But I hope you guys understand why I wanted to go through all of that with you, why all the Kendrick stuff was important. And with that, we're in halftime. And I just saw apparently there was an earthquake in LA. Mm-hmm. My goodness, I hope everybody's okay. I know Katie is, I believe you're in California, and Denise. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of you. I hope everybody's okay. Yeah, Denise just said 4.7 in Pasadena. Oh my goodness. Okay, I hope you guys are all right.
Katie said it just felt like a cradle.
Oh, it felt like a cradle rock. I know you guys feel them. It's just everybody, please be safe.
Yeah.
Please be safe. I It sounds like the people I know who are in LA seem to be okay here in the chat. Um, but yeah, that was wild. Producer sister,
Mm-hmm.
when this kind of came out, like, how were you doing? I,
Which part?
I know, I know. Yeah, we need to check on Lewis. Yeah, you're right, King Bob. I can, I can text him. Hang on. Sorry about that. Oh.
I think if the just while you're doing that, I think if the allegations on their own came out with the streamer and his involvement with the channel and all that, it I wouldn't be as quick to jump on the this is really plausible side of the story.
Mm,
But because of everything leading up to it,
yeah.
it does have more merit that no, this could really be a thing.
And that's part of it. Like, it was so disturbing. Like, all of it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I have seen discussion about the dangers of Kick in recent months and how bad it's getting. Um, so I'm just, it was a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to go through some support here because I know you guys had been sending it in, and I wanted to focus on what I was doing and make sure that I was hitting all my marks because, as I'm sure you guys can tell now, it was a lot to go through, um, and I wanted to make sure that I was on the right track. So to start off, I just want to say thank you so much to Denise for 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Carrie, who's been a member for 13 months. You have your month, and it's your 13th month. Love it here. Thank you so much, Carrie. I appreciate that. Subi Sue 73 has gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Sue. Project Metal Music has been a member for 13 months. A up. Kim and producer sister, A up to you. Thank you so much for your continued support as always. General Scott gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, sir. Very, very appreciated. And for the record, your honor, my mod, my beautiful mod, XOX, love you. And producer sister, we love you too. King Bob gifted 1 membership as well. Thank you very much, King Bob. For the record, then saying, just to remember to say, you're doing amazing, sweetie. You're standing there with the camera for me. For the record, your honor also sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much. King Bob gifted another membership. For the record, your honor gifted another membership. Thank you. Carbonized Stardust sent in the super chat saying, well, we said bye, Felicia. Yep. Thank you. And Gene Rick sent in a super sticker as well. Brandon, I renewed his membership. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you renewed because you have the month. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Steven has been a member for 2 months. Hey, Kimbo, what's going down? Hope you are well. Thank you very much. I appreciate your support. Katie Artis, one of my other beautiful mods, thank you for the diss track timeline. You're welcome. I thought that would be helpful because it was ridiculous. And Wancho has been a member for 22 months. Hello, my friend. Thank you. One of my other beautiful mod. Kendrick Lamar wins. Fatality. I mean, pretty much. Like, it was pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal. I don't really even know how to describe what all of that was in real time because I was beside myself. And it looks like Jackie Swan just said, love this channel and all the Space Angels. We love you too. Thank you for 9 months of support. So appreciated. And Kyle also just sent in his, I'm just trying to make sure. Kyle has been a member for 13 months. Thank you so much, Kyle. Much love from Landmark County, Ontario. Thank you. Okay. All right. So, producer sister and I have an announcement. And this is kind of one of those things I've rehearsed it a few times of what I want to say, and I've struggled, so it's just going to come out. I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Yep.
And I'm going to start with the bad news. So last week, producer sister and I were having a very difficult week. Family member of ours, after a very, very long battle of illness, passed away. So on Wednesday, we didn't have a stream because we were at the funeral. And on Thursday, producer sister and I were informed that we had both been laid off from our jobs. There's a lot going on with that. But essentially, in a few days, our whole lives were turned upside down. Now, we have a lot of emotions about all of it. It's very scary. Um, Especially as a lot of you know that I am a disabled person. Prior to this job, I was on essentially welfare. And because of my disability, it's very difficult for me to have a normal job. With that being said, producer sister and I have made the decision that we are going to go full steam.
Yep.
Into being full-time YouTubers. So this is not the way that I wanted it to happen. But ItsKim is now my full-time job. And I am asking for your love and your support over the next little bit, because we are going to be trying different stuff.
Yeah.
We are going to be doing as much as we can. We want to bring you guys more. We love doing this. We love doing this, and this is what we want. This is what I want. This is my dream. I've got a few things going on behind the scenes. I'm hoping that will turn into other things. For those of you that are wondering, Andy is aware, my friend on Popcorn Planet, and he's been incredible. I don't know.
Very much so.
And Linda has also known for a few days, and Linda's been incredible.
And Katie.
And Katie's been incredible, and you guys are so wonderful. And that's why, I don't know, those of you that followed me on Instagram, I shared a story yesterday of a song that I love called Holding On and Letting Go, and I feel like it fully encompasses the way that I'm feeling right now, and it's that it's everything you wanted and it's everything you don't. And it's one door swinging open and one door swinging closed, and some prayers find an answer and some never know, and we're holding on and we're letting go. So I look at this from the perspective that I never searched for this as a thing that I got into. It fell into my lap. And I do truly believe that God has put me here for a reason. And that's my own spiritual thing. It's just, I am trusting him, and I very much feel like I am someone that when things are comfortable, I tend to not go out of my comfort zone, and I think sometimes things happen in life to push you out of that comfort zone, because comfort zones are great, but there's no growth there. And that's where we're at. So I would say, if you guys, you want to support, keep up with your memberships, keep up with your views, your likes, your shares, all that stuff. It means a lot. If you want to help us immediately, PayPal is the best option at this time. And I I don't want to make anybody feel bad if they're not in a place that they could, because honestly, just you being here is huge, and
Yeah.
I love you all so much, and I know that times are tough for everybody. I got you. I feel you. But I know people will ask, so that's why I disclose that that's what's going on. Um, and everything else. Yes. So Stephen just said, I never realized you were disabled. I am too. Yes. So I have, and I've been open about it for a long time. I have a laundry list of disorders, but the biggest one, and that kind of is the catalyst for everything else underneath, is a disorder called complex post-traumatic stress disorder, um, which happens when you experience extended periods of repetitive trauma, and it affects your brain and it affects your nervous system, and every case is different. But there was a period in my life where work was not an option, and work for me has to be very much at my own pace, unfortunately, because every day is different. Every day, I never know how I'm going to wake up. And it's very hard to maintain a normal schedule or to be dependable when that type of a thing is happening in your life. Also, my disability makes it next to impossible for me to be able to drive. So I'm limited in that regard as well. So all those types of things, all those types of things. I get it. I get it. Um, and that's what's up. And I'm seeing you guys in the chat going through. Thank you guys so much. Okay. All right. So thank you for the record, Your Honor, that just sent in another super chat, which you did not have to do. EXO support train. Here we go. Love you. I love you too. Thank you. Elisa has been a member for 12 months. Looked like I had my one too. I'm happy you did. Congratulations on your one. I'm so happy you've got it. For the record, sent in another one. Hearts up in the chat, please, and thank you for these two. Appreciate you, Linda, so much. Joanne, welcome to the Space Angels. Thank you so much. For the record, Your Honor gifted another membership. Thank you. Silky sent in a $2 super sticker of the dancing farting puppy. Alias said God has been a member for 17 months. God never closes a door without opening a door. Yep. Yep. And Diva D, member for 11 months. You're almost at your 1th. Yay.
Yay.
It's hard, but it's opening a new door for you. Thank you. Kel Bear with the £3 super sticker. Thank you so much. General Scott just said condolences and congrats. This was the universe telling you it's time to change your life for the better. We are here for you, producer sister. And you, Jackie, said, I can't do PayPal, but I can do this. Thank you. Guys, it's all just, it's a lot. It's really overwhelming.
There's a lot of emotions.
Oh my gosh. And that's the thing, right? I ultimately would never have been on YouTube at all if all of the really awful stuff hadn't happened to me, you know? And I tried to find a purpose for it, through doing this in a way that I just decided that I was ready to just put myself out there and be myself. And if there was a chance that I could help anybody that felt alone, that I could maybe help them feel less alone. Because when I was really going through it, a lot of what I saw about my disorder was not encouraging. It actually was quite the opposite. And it really just made me feel pretty hopeless. And that's why I decided to be open about it, because it would have meant the world to me to see somebody who wasn't, you know, completely destroyed with the disorder. So that's the thing. That's the thing. That's where we're at. So I think it's safe to say producer sister and I both kind of come to you today excited and terrified at the same time. We have a lot of grief, we have a lot of emotion, and we're just trying to process those things and figure out what our new normal is going to look like. Producer sister, is there anything you want to say?
Just Thank you for your guys' support. I think first off, um, for what it means for you guys, I think in the immediate future, um, things are gonna remain relatively normal of what you're expecting over the next couple weeks. We're gonna be working on some stuff in the background, so there will be changes coming, but we're trying to make sure we do this methodically and not any knee jerk
Yep.
reactions kind of moves. We want to make sure we're doing this in a smart way. So, just because you don't see a lot happening immediately doesn't mean that it's not.
Hmm. Uh,
We're hoping all of these changes will be for the better, that we're able to offer you guys more content and different things in that spirit. If you have ideas or things that you want to see from us, um, we want to hear it. We want to know what you guys want to see. We want you to be involved in um, the kind of content that we're shaping, because it's important. Us sitting here talking means nothing if you're not here. We're just talking into the void. So we want to make sure we're bringing you um, s- stuff that will help build into your lives. And that, whether it be an escape or staying informed, all those different kind of things. So if you have ideas, my DMs are open on Instagram. You can send me a message there. It's just producer sister, or you can send me an email at producersister@gmail.com. And I mean, there's always the asterisk next to that. Just because you send an idea doesn't mean we're going to do it.
yeah.
We cannot guarantee that.
No.
But we want to understand what kind of content you guys are looking for. And we have a few ideas ourselves. And I don't think today, but we will start running some of those ideas past you guys and see what you think. But um, yeah, we want to keep you guys involved.
Yeah.
So,
We are going to potentially be looking into, just as a heads up, so you guys know, and please know that I am going to do my best to keep everything as low as possible. I am interested in utilizing Patreon, and I'm looking at many different options with that, simply because Patreon would give us a lot more freedom when it came to copyright stuff. So um, we might have more freedom on that end. Also, just to have a place where outside of YouTube, where the community can gather, because heaven forbid anything ever happened on YouTube, I want to have another place where
mm-hmm.
people could go to communicate with me and to talk to me. Um, and so that is potentially going to be something, but I will bring you guys all the details on that. And I don't want anybody to get nervous or scared that it's going to be ridiculous. It's
No.
not. I promise. I'm going to do. I get it. I get it. But there's also going to be other stuff coming to the channel. Um, we're going to do everything in our power to make this, as good as it can be. And
Honestly, I think for the Patreon side of things, I'm actually kind of excited about that.
yeah, the potential of it.
The potential of it, because like you guys know, we reference a lot of different things while we're talking. We can't show you some stuff because of copyright, or the stuff we do, we have to really keep stopping and starting it for copyright law. And there's other stuff we just don't even attempt
No.
because it's not possible. So to have a platform where we would be able to do that more is kind of exciting. And it means we get to share some of this stuff with you guys in a more relaxed environment where we're not worried about those ramifications. So, like, we have all different ones of all these crazy clips from when we were younger, like the Princess and the Frog and
Yeah.
Shapwee,
Shapwee!
like that kind of stuff that we get nervous, but it's fun. And um, just doing different things like that. I think that could be really fun, especially getting away from the doom and gloom of the world, of
Yeah.
being able to bring stuff that's a bit more uplifting and just fun and a break from the depressing state of a lot of things that are shoved in our face every day.
Yeah. And
So,
carbonized, like you just said, Kim, want to play Sims? I'm open to that, guys. I'm open to it, right? Like and that's part of the thing. Like I'm seeing some of you guys saying like, apply for jobs, and I'm like, yes, but the thing is, if I do that, that means there's less time for me to do this. And this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I've been building for years. This has been my this has been a dream for me for so long, and I don't want to give up on it, and I don't want to let it go. So that's kind of where I'm at on that front. Um, and I do just want to say, holy crap. Okay, sorry. Um, okay. Thank you so much to Denise, to Carbonized, to Scott, to Wancho, to Janelle, to Alice, or right, I believe. It's hard to tell. Thank you for the PayPals. I am trying so hard to not cry right now, and some of it is also I kind of feel like I've been cried out a bit.
yeah, there's been a lot of tears the last week.
It's been. I have cried harder in the past 7 days than I think I've 9 days almost now than I've cried in years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's it's a lot, and I very much appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Lena, you were gonna make me cry. Stop it. I'm doing my best. Everything I have on is waterproof, and I did that for a reason. Okay, I'm trying to catch back up here in the chat. You guys, thank you. Thank you, Anita, for sending in the super sticker there. Linda saying, Lacey, give Lacey a big hug for me. I'll bring her over in a minute. Anita gifted a membership. Lisa gifted a membership. Did someone say, is it Shanae? I'm trying to read it because my window cuts it off. My window's cutting it off. I can't tell your full username. Oh, that's horrible. Did someone say, sorry.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans? Oh, I love it. That's awesome. You get to get an official diagnosis, but I suffered the same. I had a breakdown a few months ago after developing panic disorder last year. Much love. Yeah, panic disorder is fun. Panic disorder is fun. My heart goes out to you on that one. I'm still figuring that one out. It's hard. It's always great when people are like, you just need to calm down. And I'm like, I can't. It's literally like a massive problem for me. It's a diagnosis. Shut up. Lena saying, because you're making me cry. Thank you. Kyle with the super sticker. Thank you. Joanne with the super sticker as well. Steven, thank you for the gifted membership. DVD sent in a $10 super chat saying, you inspired me to consider starting my own channel discussing living with chronic pain in the aftermath of chemo. Yeah, you have a great safe space, and I want to do so too. Thank you for having this space. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for choosing us, and I'm so glad you feel that way. And I wish you the best. Brandon, thank you for the super sticker there. Lena saying, it's not a dream anymore, Kim. You are doing it. Thank you. General Scott gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Scott. You don't have to... Scott, you're amazing. You don't have to do anything more. Elisa, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships as well. And Susan also just sent a PayPal. You guys are incredible. And Scott just gifted another membership. Producer sister, have you been keeping track by any chance?
I have.
Where are we at on memberships?
35.
35. Thank you guys so much. And welcome to the 35 new Space Angels.
I will say the one other thing, because I know as soon as you tell people there's any sort of change,
they freak out.
People freak out.
Ah!
Separate from the whole idea of just being able to have a bit more freedom with copyright law, with Patreon. The other thing I'm kind of excited with, and I hope you guys are too, one of the things that YouTube does with the algorithm is it tries to put you in a box. And the algorithm gets very upset when you try to step outside said box.
Yes.
So you're really kind of forced, for lack of a better term, to stay in your lane.
Stop swerving.
Yes.
Which is another thing we can do on Patreon. Exactly. I haven't shown you guys stay in your lane.
Stop swerving.
Stop swerving. Stay in your lane. It's a song. It's
what
great.
Patreon would give us the ability to do, in addition, and let me make it clear, Patreon would be in addition to YouTube.
Yes.
Not like this would stay the same.
Yes.
This is additional content. But it would give us the freedom to branch out a little bit and try some different things and do some different types of content.
Mm-hmm.
So it wouldn't be that you're losing this. It would be an addition to this. So
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm staying here. YouTube is going to have to take me away kicking and screaming before I leave. To be clear.
So when we're talking about these things, it's not that this is going away. It's if we're doing this full time, more would be added.
Mm-hmm.
So just so we set that expectation before anybody freaks out and has this scenario in their brain of what's about to happen. That's not it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like Marcia said, I think that YouTube really screws up there, and I do too. It really stifles the ability to grow in that sense.
And the other issue is if I was to go on another platform that has laxer copyright laws, you get places like Kick.
Yeah.
And I hope after our presentation this morning, you guys understand why, or not this morning, but this afternoon, I hope you guys understand why I have no interest in going on something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to. It scares the living hell out of me. I don't want to do it. Yeah. And I hope that makes sense. So we're trying to find lots of things that we can do and make stuff work. So, yeah, thank you guys for the love. I'm not gonna lie, I'm always nervous before a show, and I think there is a level of healthy nerves with any type of performing, or not necessarily performing, but being in front of an audience of any kind, right? I always kind of felt like there was something wrong with me if I wasn't nervous at all. But today it was so much more. It was so much more. And I was on Popcorned on Thursday, literally within hours of finding out. And, you know, I was tripping over some of my words, and I was just like so shaken. You know what I mean? And I felt so weird. And I still haven't felt like myself fully again, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping to get back there, and we'll get there. So, okay, all right. I do also just want to say, I think I stopped when General Scott gifted 1 membership, thank you, and then Denise sent in a super chat saying, conditions are chronic, but y'all still iconic. Oh, well, thank you! Iconic! We love the iconic here. Yeah. We do.
And it may be stuff, too, like if we have less copyright law, then you guys can send in videos to us to react to, and...
We can have far more. My name is John Dacre.
Yes!
Yeah. And also, King Bob, thank you very much for what you just sent in. I so appreciate that as well. I appreciate you guys so much. I think we're okay for mods right now. Mm-hmm. But if the need is there, I will let you guys know. Yeah. I will let you guys know for sure. General Scott, thank you for the 1-up super sticker. It's very sweet of you.
And that's the thing too. Like we may need that. We may not. It'll depend on growth and how many venues. I'm assuming we're gonna, if we have like a chat function option in Patreon, then that's something that will need to be monitored and all those kind of things. So we don't quite know everything yet. It's still really fresh. There's still a lot of emotions. which is why we're not launching anything immediately, because it feels like that would be really irresponsible just to jump in without really trying to make a better plan, both for us and for you guys.
Yeah.
So that's why it like we won't be launching something this week or next week. I think our goal is September, and that's when everybody is getting into new routines and all that kind of stuff. It's a more natural time to start introducing different things.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. And it is just, it really does feel like, how do I word this? When we found out, producer sister and I were upstairs watching stuff from the Olympics, and we were watching people do track jumps. I don't know what you would call those jumps, producer sister. I can't remember
like,
what.
I can't remember which, the hurdles or high jump.
Yeah, it's like you just throw yourself at it and go. And producer sister kind of just grabbed my hand and said, "We got to jump."
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're jumping. We're jumping. We're jumping. And yeah, it's gonna be a lot. Steven, 24/7 stream starts when?
You don't want that.
Oh gosh. You know what was one stream I saw as a subathon I saw on Twitch once, was I thought was absolutely hilarious. And there's no way I could do, like, you can't, I don't think you can stream on Patreon, so that wouldn't really be a thing. And I don't think
You might be able to.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Think so.
Well, okay, but like for a subathon though, right? Like you're supposed to be in like a public forum where everybody can see you.
Yeah.
And this guy did this thing where you had to either sub, or I think it was like donate $5. And every time somebody subbed or donated $5, um the song "I Am Your Mother"
You listen to me.
restarted. So it literally just starts the "I am your mother, you listen to me," and it just wouldn't, it just kept restarting over and over and over and over and over and over, and it literally went on for like 7 hours, and I'm like, oh, there's got to be something you guys can torture me with like that. There's got to be something. And like it went on for hours and hours and hours. And I just thought it was so funny. And I almost, like, I didn't even feel bad about the grift, because I'm like, that's just hilarious. And you know, everybody watching was probably like peeing their pants laughing. It's like the best. Oh, yes, Linda, live stream Walmart Jello. When producer sister and I went to go see Linda in her, where she lives. I don't want to dox you. No, we went to go see Linda where she lives, and you know, we're in Canada. And we have a lot of things in Canada. We have a lot of things in Canada that the States doesn't have. But the States has a lot of things that we don't have. And one of those things we have learned is flavors of Jell-O.
And just random stuff in grocery stores. Like, if we have 5 flavors, the States has 20.
Yep. So literally we just have, it's like Christmas time when we're walking through the yogurt aisle or the Jell-O aisle. Or Oreos. Like, it's so stupid. We just get so excited. So Linda was laughing at us because we're like, we're gonna go buy Jell-O. Oh gosh. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Hang on. Oh, you guys are talking about a Lacey channel?
Mm-hmm.
Aw, if there's a channel for raccoons in an abandoned house, there could be a Lacey channel. We have joked that we would love to do a long video, like probably like maybe like 2 hours if we could make it work, of Charlie asleep in front of a fireplace. Because that's like his favorite thing in the world, is sleeping in front of a fireplace. And the snores and the noises that come out of that little dog when he is so happy and so warm are hysterical. So like maybe like having it be like a Christmas Yule log video. I've joked about doing that for a long time, but I think it's a good idea. I think that would be really fun. Because it's adorable. It's adorable. But yeah, and I think the thing is, like, I would love to do more content with the dogs, but I have a very strict rule with them, which is they don't do anything they don't want to do.
Yeah.
Ever. If there is any resistance whatsoever, they're not doing it. If they seem uncomfortable, I'm stopping, and that's it. So they're not necessarily dependable talent, for lack of a better term. Um,
No.
what?
No.
No, and I will not be that owner that does that because I frankly think that it's disgusting. Um, but so that's part of why like I say Lacey's name, and I may say it a few times because like she's kind of asleep right now. Oh, you're stretching a little bit now. Lace, do you want to say hello to everybody? If mommy picks you up, do you want to come say hello? Yep, she's standing up. So this is what I mean. Like I ask her. I go by her. It's we're not doing nothing she doesn't want to do. Oh, yeah. There she is. So Lacey says hello everybody. And she's been incredible. She's been amazing. Yeah. So sweet. So good. Yeah. I don't know if we have burps today though. That's okay.
However,
I will tell you all though. Okay, so one of the fun things about having a service dog, um, Katie, we're getting there. We're getting there. Is you have to go through a training period with them, and through that period, I tried to expose Lacey to as much as humanly possible. But you can't necessarily expose them to absolutely everything. For example, the first time she went to the dentist with me, she had some concerns, about people putting their hands in my mouth and things like that. But I mean, nothing crazy. But I realized she had never been to a funeral before. And stuff like an open casket. And I'm kind of going like, I don't know how this is going to go. Like how she's going to react. And of course, every time she's a complete pro and she blows my mind and she surpasses my expectations entirely. But we go into the chapel where they're doing the funeral. And she's sitting beside me, not making a sound, kind of looking around. And you can tell the wheels in her head are turning, kind of like trying to like see what's happening in the room, and then also checking on me. But she's also very concerned about my mom and my dad and my sister. And then she looks at me and I look at her and I just am like, you're doing good. Like, you're a good girl. You got this. You got this. And she sits up in her little house and she burped in the funeral service. Because she knows that when she burps, she makes mommy laugh. And she knew mommy was sad. It was a quiet burp. the whole the room did not fully hear her. She was very quiet. And then she looks at me and I'm like holding back my laughter and I'm just like, okay. And she then looks at me, sighs, like,
I tried.
and then puts her head down on the side of her house like a headrest. It was almost like she was saying like, tough crowd. I was like, I'm done. I can't, like. Lace, you are everything. You are amazing. Oh my gosh. And, definitely gave us a little smile through something very sad. And she was so good. So good. Exactly, Katie. It was the burp only for mommy, the one that matters. Oh, she's been so tuned in though to everybody. It's just been such a moment. Like it's always so funny that it's like she makes sure I'm good and then she's like, okay, now I have other work to do. Never stops. Yeah, carbonized. It's like I tried, okay? Exactly.
I did what I'm supposed to do and you're still not smiling.
Oh. Elise, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't see all of your comment, but I'm guessing I know what you're saying here. What you're saying here. Oh, I'm so sorry, Elisa. That's my heart breaks for you. I'm sorry. Um, Yeah. So I'm glad you guys liked that story because we did. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. Uh, um, yeah. So that's the news. There's my ramble.
Yep.
Thank you for putting up with me. Um, and yeah, I will keep you guys posted about what's going on. Because as much as I'm scared, I am excited. I think there's going to be a lot of good stuff, and I'm pumped. I'm pumped and terrified at the same time. You know what it feels like, and I think I said this actually to Linda. I felt a lot like that scene in Tangled when Rapunzel gets down out of the tower and she's so excited, and then she's like, "I'm a horrible human being," and she's going back and forth between the two, all the different like, I'm a horrible person, and I'm so excited, and I'm never going back. I have to go back, like that whole thing, right? That's that's how it feels. That is 100% how it feels right now. So there we go. Uh, yeah. So we do have a what the what prepared, and I am breathing now a bit better. I kind of feel like there's been a huge weight lifted off my chest, which is really nice. Linda, you didn't have to send in another one. My goodness. Brandon has also been a member for 13 months. I can't remember if I said that or not. Thank you so much, Brandon. Much love to both of you. Much love to you. So much. And also, for the record, Your Honor, yes, Charlie Extra Special Fund. I gotta find somebody that's got like an epic fireplace. Like a big, like honking fireplace. And Charlie's got a nice, like a plaid bed. I feel like we could put in front of it and make it all like festive. And he'll just pass out.
Oh yeah.
There's no rehearsal necessary.
None.
She's good. He's fine. He'll be fine. Oh, yeah. Just checking. Okay, I think we are up to date. I think we are good to go. Guys, thank you so much. Much love to all of you. And yeah, here we go. It's gonna be nuts. All right. We ready for what the what? Producer sister?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So, I didn't know what it was until the very beginning of the show. I feel like it is very well needed. We're doing Muppet memes, guys.
Let us know if you like Muppet content.
Let us know if you like Muppet content.
Because this is something we could lean into. Because we enjoy Muppets.
I love the Muppets. I don't know if I think I talked about this shirt the other week. I did get this when I was in the States, of Elmo being like, Elmo's just checking in. How's everybody doing? And people were not doing well. I felt like it was a very appropriate shirt today for how I was feeling. And honestly, like, I think that's one of those things I need to keep my eye out for, those types of shirts. Like my Tutter one where he's freaking out, and this one, and because they're too accurate. They're too accurate. They're fantastic. All right. Muppet memes. Let's go. My face when people say I am too old for Muppets. And Tutter's there! Tutter's there! Yes! Yes! For those of you that don't know, the little blue mouse there, that is Tutter. He's a character from the Disney Junior, or, was Playhouse Disney at the time, show Bear in the Big Blue House. And Tutter is a mouse that has full-blown generalized anxiety disorder, if not full-out panic disorder. And he is mood. Of anyone that has anxiety, I feel like it is like the spirit animal of anxiety, and I adore him. So I'm always happy to see Tutter representation, always. But yes, I love all of their faces. I will say too, like, Elmo's puppeteer.
Yes.
I can never remember his name. I know his original one was Kevin Clash, but the one who's doing him now, the sass that he has injected into Elmo is absolutely flawless.
It's beautiful.
It is, oh my gosh, incredible. Yeah, Carbonize just said, I'm guessing Tutter, he lost his marbles and it speaks to me. Yes. Me, I should clean up my room. I should clean my room. Me after picking up one sock. Yep. Oh. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody else do that, like when they're really stressed out and they go to clean something up and it's like you move one thing and then you're like, I'm just going to stand here. Or I'm going to lay here. And I know I need to do things, but I just can't right now.
Yep.
I have lost my ability to can. It's not happening.
Especially if there's enough space, like if your bed's clear.
Yep. That's the worst thing.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Muppet of the day. Baba Walters.
I don't remember this.
That might be original Muppet Show.
I think so.
Oh my gosh. Baba Walters. Is it bad? I kind of want to call her that from now on. You know, the other problem is now I'm thinking about VeggieTales jokes.
Hold on to that.
There's Muppet. Is there Muppet VeggieTales crossover?
A little weird one.
Oh gosh, I'm about to lose my mind. Okay, everything okay?
Yep.
Okay. When you see a puppy. Pretty much. I've never been a baby person. But if someone ever came into the office with a puppy, you knew where I was. You knew where I would be, and I would be there lightning fast.
For me, it's disturbing with the teeth.
I mean, there were a couple occasions I think that Kermit wore teeth. It wasn't the norm, but
No.
it did happen.
It's just, it feels unsettling. I don't know why.
One of the things I love, and you know what? Maybe this could actually be a Patreon thing. I haven't seen the new Jim Henson documentary yet.
Yeah.
And I want to. I want to very badly. And Jim, for me, has been a massive inspiration for so many different reasons. And that's a whole thing I could go on about and probably end up bawling my eyes out. And there's a lot of things about Jim that I desperately want to emulate, essentially. Jim built into so many people around him, and he made people better and was so loving, and things like he wasn't ever known to yell or to get angry with people. He did have moments, but it was not the norm based on what I have researched.
Mm-hmm.
But he would let his anger out through Kermit. And then there are the moments where Kermit gets really mad. And it's like 10 times funnier when you understand that is just Jim just letting out his rage, and I love it so much. Okay, her. Who's your favorite character in the Muppet Show? The vampire? He doesn't count. I can assure you that he does. As in the Count, which is on Sesame Street, so technically not in the Muppet Show.
Yes.
So that's the joke, but
he does count.
He does count.
Also, if you are on Twitter, he has a Twitter account, and all he does is count.
The Count Twitter account is perfect.
It's literally all he does. It's amazing. I love it.
Yep. Yeah, fantastic. All right. Sometimes I wonder what happened to the people who asked me for directions. Rest in peace. I have gotten into the place now where when people ask me directions, I just kind of I pull up Google Maps. I don't do it anymore. There's no point.
Just tell me the address.
Yeah, there's no point. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to this man. Oh, a cat just said, yes, my first crush, the Count? The Count?
Love it.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh. Okay. visualization of waiting in thick silence for another Muppet movie that feels Muppety. I think we're going to be waiting a while.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be waiting a while. But I feel that. My best friend's spilling some piping hot tea. She waited to tell me all day my reaction to the tears of VeggieTales.
I'm like, that's Archibald.
Did they make this for us?
I don't know.
Did they make it for us?
But I did a double take. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I know it looks like it's a potato because the picture quality is terrible.
Oh, it's fine.
But I had to keep it when I saw.
If you know it, you know it, and it's fine. For those of you that don't know, the second picture there is Archibald Asparagus from VeggieTales spitting out his water in one of the VeggieTales episodes.
We
about
could do silly
David
song.
and Goliath. It was so funny.
We could do silly song stuff.
We could.
Where's Matt? We need Matt Bond.
But how much of that, yes, we need Matt Bond. How much of this, though, is accurate to going through the Kendrick Lamar stuff, though? I told you guys, were you all ready for that? Like, please put a 1 in the chat if you were surprised by all of that drama, because I hope I did it justice. But it was all encompassing, and I debated on talking about it at the time, but I decided not to because it wasn't, like, particularly, for lack of a term, on brand. But then there's been so much more talk about Diddy and the investigation into him and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? No, if Drake is potentially going to get investigated too, this has to come out. We got to talk about it. Okay. All right. I guess I've had too much caffeine. I thought this lady was a Muppet.
I did a double take. Not gonna lie.
I kind of looked at it very quickly and then went to read the caption, and I thought it was Gru. And then I looked at my eyes focused. I'm like, that's not Gru. That's not Gru. But I see the Muppet.
A headband and sunglasses.
I see the Muppet. That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't procrastinate. I wait until the last minute to do things because I will be older and therefore wiser. Interesting defense.
Or you have ADHD and need a fire to be lit underneath you.
I don't wanna! Oh, gosh. Oh, yes. Okay, the Muppets, as in the Muppets show that aired on ABC, that is now on Disney Plus if you want to see it. I love that show. So many good moments in that show of and this is just another one of the great ones of just Kermit driving around the lot in his little golf cart. Like, sometimes when I'm really frustrated and I need to clear my head, I just get into my golf cart and floor it around the lot. The speed limit is 5 miles per hour, but I'll go 6 or 7. I don't care. I love that show so much. Waiting for things to change after doing absolutely nothing to change. Stop! Call me out like that. I've had my comfort zone taken from me. I'm trying, but like, for real.
Mm-hmm.
For real. This is, 100%. My anxiety mixed with an iced coffee.
As both of us drink a lot of iced coffee.
I have recently started using an app called Finch, which, Finch, if you're out there, hi, I'd love to work with you. And genuinely, I may reach out to them. And Finch is a app that helps you with your self-care and making sure that you're, taking care of yourself. It's like having a little mini Tamagotchi that you take care of by taking care of yourself. And I have been very much enjoying it. I think I'm like on my 40, and I'm in the 40 days in a row. Like, I'm between 40 and 50 right now. I can't remember. But I have had to add, as a daily self-care task, drink water. Because if I don't drink water. All I drink is coffee.
Not good.
All I drink is iced coffee. And then if I'm not drinking iced coffee, I'll have a Coca-Cola. Maybe I'll have a ginger ale. Maybe I'll have some juice. I don't drink water. I literally am now having to train myself to drink water. It doesn't come naturally.
So
Because I am Piggy. I am Piggy in that black and white picture 90% of the time.
and I'm the opposite.
Yeah, you drink a lot of water.
I drink a lot. I crave water.
I know you do, like, when you get healthier. I wait for the day that I will crave water. It is not this day. I just want more coffee. And producer sister can also probably be can validate this. When I make my coffee, producer sister.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
How much coffee is in my coffee?
A lot of coffee. Actually, it's not even coffee anymore. It's espresso.
It's straight espresso.
We've graduated.
Yeah, the first time I made her one of my coffees, she was just like,
"Whoa,
what?" And I'm like, honestly, I'd make it stronger if I could. Like,
it's like the eyes go bug-eyed.
yeah,
and you're
no,
like,
no, that's yeah. All right, I think it's high time that those of us in movement work start using the Muppet Christmas Carol as a method of shaming public figures. What? Every time a bad person leaves a building, 100 people should jump out and start singing a song about how bad they are. Puppets optional.
I think puppets should be mandatory, but you know.
Which is from the opening number of Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Oh. That's funny. I like that. People underestimate me because I'm so glamorous. What they don't understand is I'm a strong woman, and that strength comes from my values, my courage, and my dogged pursuit of vengeance. Yep.
Don't cross Piggy.
Don't cross Piggy. Don't cross Piggy. Don't mess with Piggy. Icon. Absolute icon. Why is Miss Piggy the greatest celebrity of all time? Legitimately. Yeah. I see pictures of her and I'm like, that's who I need to be when I grow up. Why does she live a better life than us? Because Piggy has designed it from the ground up. And she has standards. And she commands respect. Iconic. Sometimes I wonder if I ever bought milk from the same cow twice. What?
I thought that was so random.
That has never even crossed my mind.
It had not crossed mine until I read that, but here we are.
My brain. Now I'm going to be thinking about that. What? Kermit. Elmo. Sassy Elmo. Truly impressive how a character with very limited facial expressions can clearly display murderous intent. And it's a rock. It's a rock. Rocco's just a rock. Rocco's just a rock. Maybe you'd feel better if you got out of bed and did something. Me, yeah, no. I sometimes you just need the bed.
Yep.
Sometimes I hate now that apparently just staying in bed now is being called bed rot.
What?
Is the term for it now. You're bed rotting instead of like dealing with your problems.
There's a balance.
I'm like, leave me and my bed alone. Because sometimes the bed rot is needed.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to equate it to the stages of grief.
Yep.
Each stage is important.
Mm-hmm.
They all have their place. They are all valid.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing wrong with letting yourself. It is important to let yourself feel each of these emotions. And sometimes that means I'm staying in bed today. With that, though, with the stages of grief, don't get stuck.
Yeah.
That is the key. They are all important. They are all valid. But you can't let yourself get stuck in them.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, I think bed is safe place.
Yeah.
Bed is comfy. bed is a place where I guess for me, like, because of pain,
Yeah.
right? Bed for me is relief
Yes.
of some of my pain. So I'm gonna do that. Yeah, exactly, Wancho. Bed is comfort. Bed doesn't judge me. Bed loves me just the way I am. Yep. Oh, yeah. It's I, I don't like the term. I don't like the term. I think it's really insensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I don't like that.
and I feel like it does kind of shame people that are going through like maybe depressive episodes
Yeah.
or other issues, and it's like, yo, sometimes getting through the day, however you did it, is an achievement.
Yep.
And you take that and you know that you got through another day. That's it. That's it. All right. So Gonzo comes in. I have a couple of questions for RuPaul. You know how they say spiders crawl in your mouth when you're sleeping? Are you also disappointed that you're not awake for that? Dave. Dave Gold, stop! Oh my gosh. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And gross.
And very gross. But so Gonzo. So Gonzo. When you leave the store without buying anything, act natural, you've done nothing wrong.
Especially in a grocery store.
Oh my
You know
gosh.
the looks you get when you leave a grocery store without anything?
I mean, but again, going back to the Jell-O thing,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I went in because I needed blue raspberry Jell-O.
Yep.
You didn't have it.
You didn't have it.
So I'm leaving. I'm leaving. That's it.
Because I can come in and buy one item and leave, and if you don't have my one item,
I'm done.
I'm just leaving now.
Goodbye. I'm fine. Honestly, part of why I started wearing like smaller purses when I go shopping, because I got tired of people looking at me if I went into a store and went, and then I left, and they'd be like, "Is she putting stuff in her purse?" And I'm like, "Yeah. Where shall I put this? Where shall I put this in my wallet on a chain? How about no?" You know, sleeping is really amazing, isn't it, Bert? Well, Ernie, I wouldn't know. Oh, 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 Bert and Ernie. Oh, you guys. They have moments.
Yes.
They have moments. Frank and Jim, back in the day, oh, they had moments. Oh.
Shout out to Frank, who just got his Disney
Yes,
Legend.
Frank got his
It's
Disney
about
Legend.
time.
Yes.
Good grief, that
Oh.
took far too many years.
Does Dave have his yet?
I don't know. I can look it up.
Dave Goals? He should.
He should, but if Frank just got it, I don't know if he would have.
Dave should have it. Dave should have it. All right, Brian. Brain. I said Brian. I'm tired, guys. You can imagine we haven't been sleeping super great. I see you're trying to sleep. I can offer a selection of your worst memories from the last 10 years. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I am the person that I will be laying in bed trying to relax, and I remember the most cringeworthy thing I've done 15 years ago or something like that, and I'm like, oh, that's great. And sometimes I'm like, I honestly want to like call those people up and apologize to them, but I'm like, Kim, it's 3 a.m. This is not going to make it any less cringe if you do that. Let go. Probably they don't remember. And if you bring it up, they're going to remember. Just let it go. Just let it go. Oh, can we just take time to appreciate all that Kermit the Frog has done for memes? He is iconic! He is iconic! Absolute legend. Absolute legend. I think I do need a shirt of him with the cup. Like with the Lipton tea. It's great. You okay, producer sister?
Yeah, I can't see anything saying that Dave does.
Okay, then let me put it this way. Disney. Do it for Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Give Dave the award. He deserves it. He's amazing. He's literally like probably the longest running puppeteer for the Muppets alive. Give him his award. Give him his flowers. Give him everything. Give him everything. All right. How many animals can you see?
The correct answer is 1.
Animal. Animal. I have an animal shirt too, but I don't wear it on stream because it has a lot of writing on it and you can't see it that well on camera. But it's funny. It's a good one. Oh, how many animals can you see? I mean, I see many, but there is one that I think matters. I mean, we love the puppy here, but you know what I mean. Animal. Me, I'll do it at 4. Time 4:05. Oh wow, looks like I gotta wait till 5 now. Why do we do that?
I don't know, but it's so relatable.
Why do we do that?
Like, I can't explain the logic, but I understand the logic.
It's like we just move the goalpost, but like why?
Yeah.
Why do we do this? Why? Why? Oh. I don't always eat cookies. When I do, I eat them in a horrifically violent manner. Nom 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 nom. Now I'm just thinking about Kermit yelling at Cookie Monster. It's not a cookie! It's not a cookie!
Not a cookie.
If your mom is sitting like this when you get home, you know your life is over. Oh! I don't think I've actually ever had that.
No, I don't remember having that.
No, I learned long ago, I think, when I was a kid, that it was better for me to come to my mom and tell her exactly what I did wrong.
Yep.
So she knew. Which I did do multiple times. It was better at the end of the day. Highly recommend. When your mom looks calm in public and she got that secret grip on your arm.
This is the other half.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Poor Robin.
Yep, poor Robin. Aw. Oh, Robin. One does not simply waka waka into Mordor. What in the dank am I looking at? What in the dank meme is this? Katie, I hope you're doing okay. I know you love Lord of the Rings. Oh. Oh. Waka waka.
He's holding the rubber chicken too. I like.
Oh, he does. He has the rubber chicken. His little scarf blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
Oh. That's good. That's beautiful. Okay. If you can't handle me at my herd, you don't deserve me at Nurgen.
Very good.
Fork, fork, fork. Fork, fork, fork. And I have my Starbucks coffee.
Yes.
We love the Swedish Chef. We love the Swedish Chef. Pork, pork, pork. Maybe we should join the dark side. Best idea ever. What is that? No.
This is nightmare fuel.
Oh no, I reject that in the name of the Lord. I don't want no. No. Nope. 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 No. You know what the scary thing is though?
What?
I literally just look at that picture and I know exactly what movie that's from and the scene that it's from, and I'm already hearing the song in my head.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take no for an answer. No, no, no. And it's so accurate because the chorus is literally just no, 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 no. And I'm looking at these Dark Side Muppets going, no, 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 no. When you drop your phone, but the screen doesn't crack. Oh my gosh, yep. Yep. Hug. Oh, okay. And that's it.
That's it.
There we go. Thank you so much, producer sister. I think that was needed.
Yeah. Figured it was a good day for Muppets.
Yeah, good day for Muppets. I mean, every day is a good day for Muppets. But, yeah. But today was definitely a very good day for Muppets. All right. Well, this is our last call period, so this is just where we kind of just chill. I don't have anything planned. Nothing is planned. So if you guys have questions, if you want to ask me anything, which I could see today maybe being a bit different on that front, now is the time. Let me know. And yeah, if you guys have any ideas of stuff we can do, stuff you want to see, I am all ears right now. Let me take a look here. Okay. All right. I just had an email. I'll look at it in a bit. It's all good. It's all good. Let me see here. Sorry. I'm confused. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm coming back. I'm with you. I'm with you guys. Let's focus on the show. I
am curious if you guys like the Muppets, if you would want more Muppet-related content.
Because we have ideas about that.
Yes, we have some ideas about Muppets. So, yeah, I am curious.
Yes, yeah. Crystal, are y'all going to be on more days from now on? I'm not sure, and it's because I know, like, my friend Andy streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I want to be available to be on them with him if possible, and I have some other friends who stream on Friday, and I try not to stream at the same time because we share some audience, and I don't ever want to make people feel like they have to choose, for lack of a better term. But I think we can definitely look at different time frames as well, because we're not necessarily stuck now that, we have a specific, it has to be in our time zone, like the afternoon, for example. Like, we can open things up and do different things. I'm not sure. Dreadnought, I am not looking at covering Harry and Meghan. I'm not.
If you want coverage on them, you can go see Steph.
You can go check out Steph. You could go check out Popcorn Palace. Yeah. Because I am not the person. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, I think it would be very disingenuous coming from us. Yeah. Because we are just so don't have knowledge of that world.
Yeah, I also just don't care about it enough, I don't think. In all honesty, you know what it is? You know how there was that episode of South Park about the Worldwide Privacy Tour, and Harry and Meghan essentially, and there's this one scene where they're all in the cafeteria talking, like in South Park, they're all just talking like, why do you guys care so much? Why do you give them this attention? I am the kids at the table, going like, if you don't like them, why are we talking about them so much? But I get it. I understand why people talk about them, and some of the stuff is just, I get it. It's like watching a train wreck. It's hard to look away. It is so hard to look away. And if I had more passion about the topic, I could definitely see myself talking about it, but I just don't. And there's a lot of things that I care about that other people don't care about. So, right? That's just life.
Yeah. It's
just life. You guys don't wish the carbonizing. I don't wish that insanity on Kim, lol. Matora, thank the Lord. Yeah, it's not... It's just not really a big thing for me, and that's fine. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. I have so much pop culture stuff going through my head all the time. I really haven't gone much into the royal realm. I think Princess Diana is an incredible woman, an incredible human being, and I've definitely taken inspiration from her at points in my life. I think she's amazing, but that's pretty much been the only thing that's really, like, fascinated me about British royals, just to be honest. So that's fair. Let me see here.
Karen asked, do you think they should make an Alf redo? Seems like they're rebooting a lot of shows from that era.
I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna depend on what Paul, I believe Fusco, and Tom Patchett would want to do. That would be the two biggies. I don't know if they're both still active with things. I just would be afraid they do like a weird like CG version of him that would be unsettling. That would be my biggest fear, because I think part of the charm of Alf is that he is this fluffy puppet and his design is so chaotic. And I would hate to see that get lost. But I'm also more partial to practical effects, which I know is not the way that the industry is going, but that's just me. Um, so, in all fairness, but I mean, I would definitely give it a fair shake.
But I think he would have to be involved in it, like
Yeah,
Paul.
yeah. And if it ever did, I mean, hi, hi.
Which it looks like I just pulled up his Wikipedia page,
Hmm.
and he has done some stuff in recent years for Alf, making like cameos on other
Yes,
shows, and
yes,
it's been him doing it.
yes.
So it looks like he hasn't completely shut that door.
No, I think part of it is like, okay, how do I word this? When I found out about Alf, I was probably like 10 or 11, and there were old reruns of it being played on TV, and I just kind of became obsessed with it. And at that time, I did as much research as I could into the show, trying to learn about the show and the people involved and how it was constructed and everything else. And it clearly seems like it was a difficult show to produce, um, because of the puppetry aspect of it. It made filming it a lot more difficult, and a lot of the actors basically alluded that it was incredibly stressful
Hmm.
to do the show. And the show did not end the way that they wanted it to. There were a lot of things that were left unfinished, and then actors didn't come back for when they tried to wrap it up with the Elf Files movie or whatever it was called. I can't remember. Um, and then there's always been this stuff of like, there's something coming with Alf. There's always going to be something coming. There's something coming. There's something coming, and then nothing happens. So for me, it's kind of like waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah.
When it happens, it happens. Um, and I will support it, and I will look into it, and I will wish them the best. But yeah,
Not holding my breath.
not holding my breath. I'll believe it when I see it.
It looks like they did greenlight a
Yep.
reboot in 2018, and then that crashed and burned.
Yep. And that's the thing. That's what it kind of has felt like for a lot of
Yeah.
it. So, General Scott just asked, "Are you going to start having guests? You're so good when you're on Popcorn. You should really, you really showed what you could do running it for a week." I appreciate that. Thank you, Scott. I would like to. I've thought about having an idea of having a show where I would talk to people specifically about their mental health and their experiences with that, because I've been, um, how do I word this? Because I haven't been shy about my mental health and all that type of stuff, I know there's a lot of people who have really appreciated that on my shows, and they appreciate that about me. And I've been affected multiple times through my life with stigma, and people just, I think stigma is cruel. I think it is the silent killer, um, in mental health a lot of the time as well. And I don't like it. I do not appreciate it, and stigma needs to die. And I think the biggest way for that to be broken down is people feeling comfortable to talk about it. And I would be interested to hear that, um, possibly like even talking to other YouTubers about it, of just having those conversations, because it's almost a running gag that a lot of content creators have horrible mental health. And it's like, how do we make that better? How do we see each other and make things better? That's been a thing in the back of my head for a while, but I don't know how that would take shape and what that would look like, if that makes sense. But I've definitely had that on my mind. um let me see. Katie, yes, I want a Steph, Kim, and producer sister ladies night. We almost had one of those, but Steph was not feeling well at the time, so it didn't work out, but that's okay. Oh, Pascal, you guys talking? I see the word Pascal. Oh, where'd it go?
Carbonite said, I've been wishing for a Kim Pascal mashup cover of the Diddy lawsuits.
I'm not against that. I mean,
Team Purple.
I have been on his show a couple times, I think. He's been gracious to have me. Um, And I still watch him often. And I try not to say much because sometimes I feel like if I go in the chat, people start being like, "It's Kim," and I'm like, "No, no, don't pay attention to me." So usually I'm incognito. But yeah, he does incredible work. Um, and I think he is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. He's knocking it out of the park as always. So just yeah, so good. You know, there's just some people that have it. You know what I mean? He's
Hmm.
got it. He's got it. I don't know how else to put it. Let me see here. Yeah, Carbonite just said stigma feels like a judgment of your fitness as a human worthy of care, kindness, and love. Also, value, I think, is a big thing. That it's like if there's something like it's viewed like there's something wrong with you, and then some people have a lot of concerns, and it gets very invalidating and very dehumanizing very quickly. I think a lot of the time as well. Um, I see that, and yeah, I'd love to see that get better because I hate that stuff. Hate that stuff. I have not heard back from Lewis yet. I did text him. I'm sure he's okay. Okay. Because love purple. All the purple. Yes. Yes, yes. Um yeah, I hope everybody's still doing okay after the earthquake in Cali. Has there been any aftershocks or anything like that? Yeah.
And maybe that's some sort of a series we can look at doing of just understanding more about mental health or just
Mm-hmm.
what are each of these different disorders that affect people or what are some of the major stigmas attached to them that are inaccurate.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I would love to see more people talking about it, especially people that are receiving treatment and are trying to learn about it and are trying to really understand themselves. I think that's very, very powerful. It's really powerful. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. Purple rain. Purple rain. Purple
Purple
rain.
rain.
I almost wore that shirt today, actually. uh, that's a good album. That is a good album.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay, Katie just said we're fine here in California. That's good to hear. Good to hear. Stry just said, "Is that Charlie barking?" No, that would be
That's
Sammy.
Sam.
That would be producer sister's dog, Sammy.
He likes to sit in the room above us and bark at the street.
Yeah, he just looks out the window and he's like, "Car, car, 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 squirrel, squirrel,
Yeah,
squirrel, squirrel,
literally anything that moves.
leaf, 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 leaf." It's like his favorite TV station.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
And he's not upset, like he just gets
No,
excited.
it's honestly like if he was speaking, it would literally just be like,
Car,
car,
squirrel.
squirrel, acorn, bicycle, person, 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 hose, water, sprinkler. Like wind blow. He's so weird. He's so weird, but we love him. We love him so much. Uh oh gosh, Alias for a real purple overload stream. We need EDB. I think I'd cry. I think I'd just cry. She's so cool. She's so cool. Let me see here. The movie Up times 10.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yes.
Doug.
Yes, because of Doug. 100%. It's like Doug. It's like Doug. Yes, 100%. Yeah, sorry, Sammy is cute. He's adorable. He's so cute. And I just like to say he is pure sunshine in a dog. Pure sunshine in a dog. Um, Sarah B just said those YouTube videos that are meant to calm my dog's anxiety only piss my pug off. I love the ones that have like dogs like kind of running on the screen with like this soft music because
Yeah.
you know there are dogs that as soon as they see a dog on TV, they're just gonna start barking. I'm like they did not think this through.
No.
They did not think this through.
Although ours are pretty good. Like none of the three of them, if there's a dog on TV, they won't start like barking or anything.
No, I think some of that like I think we were lucky with Scoot.
Yeah.
That was just never really a thing. But I was warned when Lacey came home with us that poodles tended to have a tendency to bark at the TV when dogs were on TV. So I was told to put her in front of the TV as much as possible and expose her to as many different kinds of like entertainment as possible. So put on animation, put on action, put on older movies, put on black and white movies, put on kids TV, put on animation, put on like everything. And that has worked out pretty well for her.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done the same with Charlie as much as I could. But I mean, he was older when he came home to us, and I think we've tried to expose Sammy to TV as much as possible as well. So it just doesn't really have that same, novelty.
Yeah.
Because I did know a cockapoo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, when any animal came on screen, no one was watching TV anymore.
Nope.
No one was watching anymore because it was just uncontrollable rage from this dog. And normally that dog was not like that at all. He was pretty chill, so it was very funny. Let me see here. Carmen, she said, back when I used to watch TV, I watched the Food Network a lot. I did a lot of baking then, and my boy Cat would watch it with me and drool. Fair enough. Fair enough. I kind of like, I've gotten to a point now with some like Food Network shows, I just can't watch it anymore because like, I don't know, like the amount of salt.
Yes.
Oh,
Ugh.
sometimes it's just too much.
Or butter.
Butter.
It's the ones where it's like, I'm just going to add just a little bit of butter, and they put like an entire stick. And I'm like, that's not a little bit of butter.
Yeah. It's like the 2 shots of vodka.
Just keep pouring.
Yeah, no.
Would you like some butter with your butter? Like,
yeah.
Ew.
Oh my gosh. Yep. Kyle just said our old family dog Millie recognized all animals, animation or real, on the TV. Yep. It's a thing. I would say if you do get a puppy, I would highly recommend doing and it doesn't have to be a lot, but just like half hour a day when you're chilling with them, make sure the TV is on and you're watching different things, because I know for me with Lacey, it made a huge difference, and she's pretty good with all that stuff now. So, yeah. Yeah, General Scott, deep fried butter. Ugh. No.
And I mean, part of that's probably me, because I'm definitely someone, when I'm baking, I will cut down on the amount of salt, the amount of sugar that the recipe calls for.
I think we just don't use it that much, and so when we taste it, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like I made a crisp yesterday, and I think I used maybe a third of the sugar that it called for.
Yep.
Because like there's fruit in it. There's already natural sugar in the fruit. You don't need to add a cup more of sugar.
And I mean, if you do need to add, you can. It's not that hard. It's just like, sometimes it's just too much. Anyway, this is a weird topic we've gotten onto now, but yeah. Whatever. Easy on the sugar, easy on the butter, heavy on the espresso.
That's how we roll.
That's how I roll.
How we roll.
Bum, bum, ba-da-dee-dum, bum, bum. Well, guys, we've been going for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think I'm going to wind down here. You guys are amazing. I will ask, please consider leaving a comment on this video. It will help out with the algorithm dramatically, letting YouTube know that, there is interaction with this as a video as well as a live stream. And producer sister?
I was going to say, leave a comment of what kind of content you would like to see.
Yep. We'll go through them, and we will consider and look into everything. So, sorry, Katie, do not compute. Americans don't know what is easy on sugar beans. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it too. Like, because we see like American food cooking shows and that, and it's like, oh,
we don't do that.
We don't do that.
All right. Well, I'm going to run the outro. Yep. Guys, thank you so much for being here.
And all your support.
Thank you for all of your support. I'm very emotional. Honestly, I feel kind of emotionally exhausted right now with everything. And I'm just so thankful for you guys. I'm thankful for this community. I'm thankful for all of this. And we'll see what the future holds.
Yep.
So much love to all of you. Thank you. I'm gonna run the outro. Please leave a comment. Make sure you like and sub, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys soon. Much love, everybody. Bye.
Bye.